Keir Starmer's political career is unraveling in real time. The notion of him being a viable leader for the Labour Party is quickly slipping away, and the British public is all too aware of it. His attempt to position himself as a beacon of moderation and a solution to the country's woes has instead backfired spectacularly. Starmer's inability to connect with the struggles of everyday people, his vacillation on key issues, and his disconnection from the urgent needs of the working class have resulted in a leader who is more a symbol of disillusionment than hope. It is increasingly clear that Keir Starmer is a leader out of touch with the very people he purports to represent. The ongoing cost of living crisis has left millions of Brits scrambling to make ends meet, while Starmer pushes policies that many see as prioritizing international interests over domestic realities. His tepid response to the housing crisis, his silence on the growing healthcare catastrophe, and his inability to offer any real solutions to the UK's economic disaster speak volumes about his leadership, or lack thereof. Instead of rallying for the British worker, Starmer has, time and time again, bent the knee to the establishment, siding with global elites at the expense of the citizens he should be protecting. But it's not just his policy positions that have driven his reputation into the ground, it's his glaring inability to project any form of authenticity or decisiveness. Starmer's flip-flopping on issues and his constant backpedaling have become a signature of his leadership. One minute he supports one cause, and the next, he walks it back, giving the impression that he is simply interested in playing it safe rather than taking bold, decisive action. This lack of backbone is precisely what the public abhors. In times of crisis, voters are not looking for a leader who will weigh every decision based on political calculus. They are looking for someone who will take action and stand firm on their values. Unfortunately for Starmer, that's not what he offers. The growing resentment towards him was encapsulated in a viral moment that captured the true extent of his unpopularity. Actor Danny Dyer, known for his no-nonsense approach to speaking his mind, did not hesitate to slam Starmer for what he perceived as incompetence. When asked who should win an award for the biggest mug in politics, Dyer pointed directly at Starmer, and the crowd erupted into laughter. Though Dyer's comments were made in jest, they carry a biting truth that many in the audience, and many across the country, agree with. The idea that Starmer is more interested in appeasing the political elite than in serving the needs of the British public has left many feeling alienated and disgusted by his leadership. The video of Dyer's comments quickly went viral, and social media lit up with reactions. Dyer's words hit a nerve with those who are growing tired of politicians who fail to acknowledge the real struggles of ordinary citizens. Some may dismiss the clip as nothing more than celebrity banter, but the truth is that Dyer's words reflect a deep undercurrent of frustration that has been brewing for years. The political establishment, personified by Starmer, has ignored the working class for far too long. The viral moment wasn't just about Dyer's opinion, it was the collective voice of a public that feels abandoned by its supposed leaders. The rise of populism in the UK should not be seen as a passing trend, it's a direct reaction to leaders like Starmer, who fail to address the real issues. Politicians across the spectrum are out of step with the average citizen, and Starmer's inability to capture the mood of the nation is a glaring testament to this fact. His attempts to appear moderate and above the fray have only served to expose his lack of courage, conviction, and relevance in today's political climate. The British public isn't interested in political games, they want solutions, and they want a leader who will unapologetically fight for their interests. Starmer's focus on international issues, such as funding wars abroad and appeasing the EU, while ignoring the pressing needs at home, has only served to further alienate him from the voters he needs. When British citizens can't afford to heat their homes or put food on the table, the last thing they want is a leader who seems more concerned with foreign conflicts than with solving domestic problems. The disconnect is palpable, and it's no surprise that his leadership is being increasingly mocked and derided. In conclusion, Keir Starmer's political career is heading for an inevitable crash. His failure to connect with the people, his out-of-touch policies, and his constant retreat in the face of opposition have left him without a base of support. The laughter and backlash he received from the viral clip are a symptom of a larger problem: Starmer's complete lack of authenticity and leadership. The British public sees through his facade, and they are tired of being ignored. If Starmer has any hope of salvaging his leadership, he must confront his critics head-on, abandon his feeble attempts to appease the political elite, and return to the core values of Labour, a party that stands unapologetically for the working people of Britain. Until then, His downfall will continue, as the public rightfully mocks his incompetence and his inability to lead.